The rules in Quilts of Valor is that a veteran is never supposed to be surprised by getting a quilt. But today we have a surprise. Gary, come on up. Hi, surprise. It's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
I am not going to read the whole speech again, but I am going to read the pertinent parts of Gary Hikes, Linda Hikes' husband, who was in the Navy. Gary, we understand you served us greatly during your tour of duty as an E5 Petty Officer, second class, from September 1969 to March of 1973.
Yes. Doing good.
I didn't write this.
Oh, I know. You would know.
USS America in the Great Lakes, Memphis, Oak Harbor, Virginia Beach, Mediterranean, and Vietnam. And then a Mediterranean cruise and Westpac cruise.
Yes, Mediterranean first and then Westpac.
That's what it says. And you did aviation electronics.
Yes.
What does that mean? Sonar and...
No.
Okay.
No. Radar, the radar, the forward-looking infrared. It was the very first deployment, airborne deployment of infrared camera. I did the communications radio for the AWAC planes. So yeah, I was in a safe, what they called the safe shop, and worked on the electronic equipment, repairing it and stuff.
And what made you go in?
Because I knew I was going to get drafted in 6 months and decided to go into the service. My dad was in the Air Force.
Okay.
Right? At the time, the Lancaster Post Office had all the recruiting on the second floor. So I went down there one day, went up to the second floor, and I'm walking down the hall. I very quickly went by the Marine. Sorry. Just trucked on by. I went to the Air Force, and he said, out until 1 o'clock or something. I said, okay. So I'm standing there, and the Navy recruiter happened to come out the door, and he goes, hey, what are you here for? Oh, I'm waiting on the Air Force recruiter. I'm thinking about signing up. Oh, come on in. While you're waiting, I can, So anyway, don't make a long story short, I ended up enlisting on the 120-day delay plan with the Navy for 4 years active, 2 years inactive. And of course, back then, he can probably contest to this, when you turned of age, within 6 months, you got your notice to go up and get your physical and all that. So when I went up...
We all remember that, most of us.
Well, I mean,
I'm looking, there's a couple that are too young.
And I went up and did the battery of tests and the physical and everything. I came back 1A. That's when I knew that I was going to be going very soon, because back then, like I said, about 6 months after that, we went. So anyway, I went on a 120 delay, went up to Harrisburg, got on a train, went to the Great Lakes. And I'll tell you one other little story.
Yeah.
Before you take your oath, we were all escorted into a room. Now, all these were supposed to be Navy, right? That's what we were signing up for. So we all go in there and we're standing there. They said, line up around this room behind the yellow line. We all stood here. He said, somebody wants to talk to us. So I'm standing there with everybody else. In comes this Marine, full dress garb with a thing, and he's there. He says, I'm so-and-so and so. So he says, count off by fours. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, the whole way around the room. Okay. All threes take one step forward. The threes take one step forward. I was a four.
Okay.
Congratulations, men. You're in the Marines.
Get out of here.
And he's one heavy-set guy. He starts bawling and says, you can't take me. I'm way too heavy. He says, don't worry, son. We'll take care of that. So anyway, that was, then we went off and went to boot camp. And that was right at the time they decided to come up with the lottery for the draft. So they picked your birth month, 1 to 12. So they pull that number out. Then it's 365 days of the year. I get this letter from my mom in boot camp. She says, you know what your draft pick was? Of course I did. She says, the 11th month, 230 some days. She said, you wouldn't have been drafted.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was a little late.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I did my 4 years and then got out.
No regrets.
I'm sorry?
No regrets.
No. In hindsight, probably. Other than the fact you get moved around all over the place, I probably should have made a career of it and got all the benefits and everything, but coulda, woulda, shoulda.
At the time, 16 more years seemed like a lifetime.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions for Gary?
I think you should explain what the 120-day delay program.
I'm sorry?
The 120-day delay program.
Yeah. You could also go in, I think, I have 2 friends who go in as the buddy program too, I think, where you could go in as in the same branch and go together to boot camp and everything.
Because I took the 120-day delay program, but I think
Okay.
you should explain what that meant.
Oh, yeah, you signed up and everything, and then you reported 120 days from the time you signed up.
Well, you picked the date that you wanted
Yeah.
within 120
Yeah.
days.
Well, mine went about 120
You took
days.
the whole
I think I signed
120.
up in July, I think, early July, and I didn't go till September.
But when you got the 1A classification, they said you could be called up anytime within 3 weeks. But if you had that 120-day delay
Oh, okay.
program,
Maybe
Then
that was
could-
another reason, a good reason.
yeah, then you could pick
Yeah,
when
to
you
wait
wanted
to go to the 120 days, because I wanted to have the summer. So I had the summer before I had to go in.
That's when we met. Oh.
That summer.
And then you waited too.
Well, he was in Sing Out Lancaster. We were both in Sing Out Lancaster, and he
Which
did,
nobody probably knows
he
what
did
that
the
is.
sound system, and I was on stage, and that's how we met. Then he signed up. We only went out, I think, once. And
Well,
he's
that's because I
gone.
was already signed up to go before I met you.
But you got back together when he was back.
Well, we broke up at Thanksgiving, the beginning of the week, and then at the end of the week, he was sitting on my doorstep.
Reconsidered.
And how many years have you been married?
How long?
Yeah.
What is it now? 50.
I was waiting for this.
Let's see. Married 53. I thought it would be a little more than that, but okay, 53 years.
Next month.
Next.
All
Yeah.
right.
March the 13th.
Who wants to help me wrap Gary? We're going to show you the quilt. You've seen
Okay.
it once before, not you,
Oh,
because we've hidden it under a bed. We've put it all kinds of places. It's been at my house for a while.
oh, has it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to help me hold this? I know Linda's coming, but she's got a bad arm.
Oh, that's pretty. It has the last name.
Linda embroidered it, and Kathy Nauman quilted it.
Very nice. Very pretty.
And that was difficult to do because I had to do it only when you weren't at home.
So it'd be a
I'm
surprise.
still working. First time. Yes, that's very nice.
And then it's got eagles all over the back.
Okay. Eagles.
Not that kind of eagle.
Not
American
Philadelphia.
eagles.
American eagle. Is there another kind of eagle?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
that kind.
Bald eagle.
I think Linda wants to wrap. You have to
Oh,
stand here.
I thought I was getting in the way.
No.
Oh, you gotta put it over me here.
Oh, there you go. That's quite a